I'm sharing my screen now, and you should all be able to see Jane's Sentia Plus system. Believe it or not, this simple user interface actually replaces the need for around 80 separate applications and tools. What I'm going to run through today, to be honest, will barely scratch the surface of what this Sentia Plus system can do for you. But my time's limited. Book a demo with us if you want to see more or specifics for other roles. At the end, I hope to leave some time for live Q&A if we get some questions, and I'm leaving some of the best bits for C-Suite till last, so please stay till the end. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not here trying to sell you yet another piece of software. Sentia Plus isn't that. It can replace just about all of the software you have now if you wanted it to. If though, as a corporate, you're wedded to some or all of your current tech stack because of compliance, risk, and security, Sentia can happily sit on any of those pieces and do everything I will show you today anyway. We're an AWS partner and we're a Salesforce partner. And for many years, we've been building smart layers for large corporates, so we understand that environment. This product can still be used inside your tech stack. Sentia Plus is the outcome of literally decades of all of this learning. Today, I'm going to cover off just 6 pieces. Number 1, automatic priority setting. Number 2, automatic data entry. Automatic research, Sentia's universal inbox. For the sales directors out there, automatic lead generation, which is a dream in Sentia. And for CFO and C-suite roles, forecasting like you could only dream about. But first up, priority setting. Okay, so Jane's day has officially started. She did get her daily pulse in her inbox. She's just sat down with a coffee. Instead of opening her laptop and then having to sign in and wade through at least 5 tabs, she simply opens Sentia Plus in her desktop, like on my screen, or Chrome, or on her phone, and just asks one question. What should I do next? That's it. She can, like I tend to, talk to Sentia Plus or type. Sentia Plus is now looking through all of her data. It's working through her various inboxes, messaging, tasks, opportunities, calendar, notes, pipeline, and more. None of this was manually added. Everything has been added automatically and imported automatically by Sentia Plus, and she hasn't let me down. Notice what's just happened. She has her what to do next answer. Most importantly, Sentia Plus didn't show Jane everything she needs to work on today. It simply told her what matters and in what order to do them first. It knows she needs to work on a new prospect called John. It knows she needs to build out a savings model for a client, Cargo Loop, and that the quantum deal is stuck on some paperwork. This isn't her entire to-do list that she has to scroll through, and she didn't have to spend hours manually adding these tasks. All of these tasks were added by Sentia automatically from calls and meetings she was in, from emails it read that she received. It picked up that she'd promised these actions, or it decided these actions were needed, and it created them all by itself. Sentia Plus builds this plan for her dynamically before she starts work, and she can update it on demand at any time throughout the day. Just ask what's next. No manual recording of tasks, no data entry, no analyzing meeting notes or transcripts. And as I said, anytime she wants to update the list, she just says what's next. Now, because Sentia Plus knows that Jane, like every rep, always needs to be selling, it's prioritized the task for her to spend time on prospecting. That's the second piece I'm going to show you today. But watch how fast that gets done now. One of Jane's clients referred her to a new lead, John Matthias, at a company called Jenner & Block. Normally now, Jane would jump to LinkedIn, then Zoom Info, look up this John, maybe look for his company, copy paste it into a CRM or a spreadsheet if we're lucky, or maybe even a notebook. Instead, let's just ask Sentia. The microphone back on, add John Matthias. Sorry. Sentia now goes looking using fuzzy logic for which John Matthias Jane may need. Okay, I'll confirm this is the one that she was targeting because it's the same company, and I'm just going to quickly select add. Now, Sentia doesn't simply add a name to its database. It's doing the work that a great analyst would have done for me if I have my own personal analyst. It collects as much information on John as it can find on the internet, his social media and LinkedIn, and it builds out a record page on John and then a detailed briefing specifically for Jane about this lead. Let me run through it with you. When it creates a brief here, it's not just a simple overview. Firstly, it's created a priority score for the new lead. Here it's giving John an 85 when compared to Jane's other leads and contacts. It lets her know that John is definitely worth pursuing. It's classifying John's buyer type. It's saying he's a strategic influencer here. It writes me a profile summary here. So this is based on his social media, it's giving me signals that may resonate with this lead, John. It identifies likely priorities John may have that Jane can refer to. There's a whole lot more and a lot more below. If I scroll up here, with one click, I can grab confirmed phone and email details. I can also ask Sentia to look for other decision makers in his firm. No CRM, no Zoom info, no personal analyst, just Sentia. I can ask Sentia for advice, strategies, background, next actions, whatever. It responds now having a detailed background on John in its database, and it's ready to go to answer whatever I may want to know. So Jane is often running with this new lead, took maybe 90 seconds maximum to know as much as she needs about him. So next, prospect research. I promised to take a look at how Sentia takes away the pain of researching leads. Gartner reports that research on new leads, if it's done properly, can take up to 15% of a salesperson's time during their week. Evaluating a new lead often requires someone like Jane to do a major deep dive piece on the business. John's a partner at Jenner and Block, so Jane wants to take a detailed look at it. Well, actually, let's not get Jane to do the work. Let's ask Sentia Plus to do the work. So on the main page, I'm simply going to say, give me some detail on Jenner and Block. Because I'm speaking on the webinar, I would normally use my microphone, but in this case, I'll copy paste. So, okay. Again, Sentia's off to do the work. It now heads out into the internet and other sources. It's going to look at news, background, company reports, LinkedIn, social media, and more. Again, Sentia knows Jane, what she does. So when it responds to questions like this, it has the context needed to give her a useful response. The response I would receive compared to Jane would be very different in the context of me and my needs as CEO at Sentia. We're pursuing a different ICP. So it's given me some background here. I could drill down with some follow-up questions, but yeah, I kind of need more detail here. It's a large business. I'm going to ask Sentia to go a little deeper. So what I'm going to do is close that, click on Ask, and open up a mission. I'm going to ask it to run a mission for me and provide a deep analysis on this company. So what Sentia now is doing is not just a simple search like earlier. It's carrying out a full strategic analysis on this business. There are many pre-configured missions in Sentia Plus already, and we add more every day. You can also build your own quickly and easily, and Sentia Plus helps you build them out. It's looking much deeper than into public sources, company information, market signals, and more, hiring activity, competitors, anything else it can find to help build a useful analysis of this business. The important point is this is the work a human would have to normally do manually before an important sales call, a meeting, an account review, or an outreach campaign. They would do all of this and then try and pull that together into something useful. Sentia Plus does that for Jane in a mission. It does not just return links. It tries to understand what matters, who's this company, what do they do, and then it turns that research into something actionable. So the user's not left with another pile of information to interpret. That's the difference. If I scroll down a little bit, you'll see what I mean. It's a very extensive analysis. This is the difference between software and an operator, and between agentic AI and an operator. Software gives you places to search. Sentia does the research, connects the dots, and brings back the insights you need to act. All of this is saved forever and can always be queried and dug into. Also, I could just ask Sentia for more information. Okay, next, a universal inbox. To misquote one of my favorite movies, one inbox to rule them all. Not sure about you, but before we were able to have our own internal Sentia Plus system here, we lived in inbox hell. The reality for all of us, we get messages and communications from all over the place. Messages in email, replies on LinkedIn, maybe it came into Sales Navigator inbox or the plain one. I get texts, WhatsApp, I get Telegram from some clients, Microsoft Teams, Slack, Instagram, work chat, who knows. Sentia Plus unifies it all in one inbox. And when every single one of these messages come in, Sentia Plus is on it immediately, digesting them, auto-attaching them to your contacts and leads, auto-creating new leads, contacts, or companies if it needs to, importing events in your calendar, no more data entry, nothing manual. Let me show you. So the first tab here shows all communications in a timeline. Below that, emails, LinkedIn, Microsoft Teams, Slack, WhatsApp, whatever your company uses. If I jump to an email, let's say Olivia's here on the demo system, it looks like a positive response. So I want to acknowledge that with a simple word or two back to her, and Sentia will draft this up in my voice. Remember, it has available all of my message history with this person and the company, her company, and what's going on with this project. So I can say, let's just say acknowledge. And I don't want it to write, just acknowledge, so expand on that. So Sentia Plus will draft up a suitable email back. I'm glad Derek's initial reaction was encouraging on the payback. I want to make sure we have everything. So it's an intelligent reply based on everything it knows about me and my business and this project. It will auto reply to LinkedIn messages the same way. It can send on LinkedIn. It will auto reply to emails. It sends as an email. I never switch apps. Every message is automatically now on that contacts timeline as well as related contacts. That's 2, 3, 4 tools replaced, and any busy work of logging it is gone. So, John Matthias' good start, but Jane needs to seriously business build, or Sentia will give her a friendly nudge again tomorrow. So this next piece is for all of you sales managers, directors, and COOs out there. Prospecting is always difficult. Sentia Plus does the hard work so the user doesn't have to, the salesperson. They just convert. So instead of jumping between CRM, LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, spreadsheets, Zoom Info, Revenue Grid, or whatever, Sentia Plus brings the work into one selling workspace. At the top level, you can think of this page as a sales command center. We also have a similar page for service command center, finance, marketing, and the like. You choose where you want to start. Each tool is only one click away, either from this page or from the panel on the left. So first, we have a core workspace. This is where you can work your leads, contacts, companies, opportunities, and projects in one place. You can see the related records, capture notes, create tasks, track activity, and ask Sentia questions about what is happening with this lead or this project and what you should do next. Now, I promised lead generation. If you want to find new prospects here, open that back up. You can use lead search to search LinkedIn by keyword, job title, industry, location, pretty much anything, and then pull these prospects directly into Sentia Plus with just a click. So if I wanted to add James Reap there, I can click contact or lead or send a connect message from here. But selling today is not just about finding people by title. That would be way too easy. It's also about finding signals. So we have a LinkedIn post search. This is super powerful. It lets you search LinkedIn posts to find people talking about relevant topics, challenges, competitors, or projects, or buying signals. Sentia analyzes, and I'll show you here, exactly what each of these posts is about and advising you whether it's relevant to pursue and which to skip. I'll click on this one now. It can give you some insights, delivers the post, and then you can quickly generate a comment for this post and post from here if it makes sense for your business. There you go. Fast and easy. We next have a social search. There's a saved one here for law firms. I'll run that. It extends that idea beyond LinkedIn. Sentia can help you search public posts across places like Reddit, X, I almost said Twitter, YouTube and Instagram, so you can find conversations worth engaging with and turn these opportunities into leads as well. We have an advertiser search. This is designed, let me stick to the law theme today. I'll look for law interns. This is designed to help you spot companies that are actively hiring. Hiring can be a very strong signal that a business is growing, changing, investing, or facing a problem you may be able to solve. You can search LinkedIn jobs advertised by companies, see who's hiring, open roles for full details. And then your connections are all inside Sentia Plus. It lets you browse your first degree LinkedIn connections and decide what to do with them. You might want to add them as contacts here. You might want to assign them to a campaign. So, what's a campaign? Next up, we have a connection agent. This helps you grow your network in a more structured way. From any of the prior searches, you can create a list of leads, hundreds of leads if you like, and then ask Sentia to run a staged LinkedIn connection request campaign with tailored messages at scale. Sentia will draft the messages for you rather than doing everything manually one by one. It will send them out at a rate that doesn't trigger any issues with LinkedIn, and it's simple, it's one click and then forget. We also have a messaging agent here. So again, Sentia can craft your messages, create that list of leads or contacts, and then send out multi-stage messages, outreach messages on LinkedIn. Sentia will track who's been messaged, who's replied, who needs follow-up. Finally, we have social posting. You can have Sentia Plus write, schedule, and publish social posts, so your outbound social presence and selling activity are all connected back into the same workspace. So the big point here is Sentia Plus is giving you one place to find prospects, understand signals, manage relationships, manage outreach, post content, and track opportunities. Perhaps run missions looking for brand new leads on automatic. You can grow your business and it will do the work. And that's the shift. So instead of logging into lots of different sales tools and trying to stitch that work together yourself, Sentia Plus gives you that workspace where tools are all connected. Our rep Jane is set. We have another 15 amazing pieces I would love to show you in Sentia Plus, but time's short, I know, especially since I was a few minutes late, forgive me. One more game changer I'll demonstrate today, just for the finance guys. Forecasts and pipeline. Okay, so let's see where Jane is sitting against her target. I'm going to ask it a question. Show me my pipeline. All right, there we go, it's back. My whole pipeline, as I said, every deal, every stage, every dollar. I apologize about that. It's not the software's fault, not Sentia Plus's fault. 14 open deals, just over 1.5 million in my pipeline for Jane, but total pipeline is a vanity number. The weighted figure here is what Sentia Plus believes is likely to actually land, and that's the one that Jane's manager cares about. Notice their difference. Hold that thought. I'm going to select Kanban view. I can now see at a glance where Jane is, given the Cloud 9 work Jane did yesterday. I think we can advance it a little now. Okay, drag it. So drag and drop pipeline, deal records, contacts. That's in most modern CRMs, I understand that. But your CRM doesn't record your calls, doesn't write your briefings, read your messages and emails, and doesn't tell you what to do next for each opportunity. I'm sorry, apparently I'm muted. Definitely got some technical challenges here. So can your CRM do this? Sentia is a forecasting giant. Forecasting, analytics, and an assistant that actually understands your book of business. Jane's carrying an annual number. I'm being told by someone privately here that I've got voice microphone problem. I might just take 1 minute to be sure.
On my end, David, it sounds like you're coming through loud and clear.
Okay, good. Thank you, David. Okay, so let me talk about forecasting. It's the final piece of the application I'm going to demonstrate for you. So Sentia, Jane has an annual number that she's got to deliver, and like every rep, she spends Friday afternoons trying to guess which deals are going to deliver. Sentia turns that guesswork into a forecast she can defend, starting from a pipeline here. Her target, 660,000 for the remaining part of the year. Most likely is looking good. A big bold card. That's Sentia's best estimate of what she could deliver with a range under it. Hit probability is not just a gut feel. It's the odds from Sentia that she clears the 660. So she's looking good. Gap to target and surplus is how far short or ahead in dollars she is and how much more qualified pipeline she needs to close the gap. Commit upside is her floor and ceiling. Coverage at risk is a pipeline coverage ratio and how many dollars are sitting in high risk deals. 6 cards, Jane's entire forecast and year quantified and summarized in about 3 seconds on a click. But numbers don't tell you what to do. That's the next part. Each day, Sentia delivers an updated forecast summary detailing what it feels is likely to happen. Remember, it has all of her activity and all of her correspondence and communication and notes. So I can click the button to update that, and it will automatically update at any time with that click. It's now digesting every open deal, stage, the age of the deals, the activity that Jane's taken, the notes Jane's entered, writing the report in the same fashion as a world-class sales analyst. If the analyst had time to look at everything in her portfolio and all of her activity across all 14 deals. So you look set to have a great year, but it doesn't stop at just analysis. It's actually giving her a to-do list to make sure she delivers this. For instance, close Lumen and Brightwave this week. They're her safest points. And Meridian's her biggest deal, her biggest risk. It's stuck on a decision. So it's not a plan, it's a dashboard. So one click emails this out to herself or to her manager to take a look at. And a what if. Answer CFO questions in real time. Every forecast conversation at C-suite usually ends with a hypothetical. What if Meridian slips to the next quarter? What if we pull Quantum forward? Normally, that takes a spreadsheet and an afternoon of work. In Sentia Plus, you can pressure test the number live in the room instead of promising to circle back. And if it wasn't so rosy, Sentia then gives you a recovery plan. Sentia doesn't just say you're short, it builds the recovery plan, the specific deals to accelerate, and then moves to close the gap. So I'm going to move that to here. The whole opportunity, the whole pipeline management and forecasting system is a shift from just storing a pipeline to actually driving the pipeline and delivering the forecast. And that's Sentia Plus. To wrap up today, I just want to restate this is a light skim across everything Sentia Plus can do for you. I apologize for the technical issues. I think I might have jinxed myself by putting the Bill Gates slide up. I've had numerous problems with power here today. So I want to stress I'm not here trying to sell you another software package. You do not need software. Sentia Plus is an autonomous AI operator that collaborates with its user, you. It stores your data or works with wherever that lives. If you have an enterprise software stack, call us. It can connect to that and use it and completely replace those 2 layers I mentioned at the start. You won't need the current software user interfaces anymore unless you love them, and you won't need your people to be human middleware anymore, more importantly. Sentia Plus is an autonomous operator that will do the work on the data and just tell you what you need to know, what you need to do. It's focused on you and your role, be it sales, finance, service, marketing, or C-suite. Let's run through what Jane did today without even leaving Sentia Plus in the last 30 minutes. She prospected and enriched a buying group. Sentia Plus indeed gave her all of the contacts there and created briefs for them, as well as a very detailed strategic analysis on the group. For Jane through the day, Sentia recorded, transcribed, and analyzed all of her meetings, phone calls, emails, and texts. It watched all of her leads and companies in real time and surfaced insights for her as it found them online. For her, it worked email, LinkedIn, MS Teams, and WhatsApp from one universal inbox. It raised tasks she needed to do from those messages, added incoming leads and contacts for her. Goodbye tab juggling. She managed a pipeline, she generated a fresh forecast, carried out sensitivity analysis on her forecast. And her AI operator that actually knew her did all of her planning and prioritizing for her specifically. That's not 10 or 15 tools in one tab. That's one tool instead of 15. That's one shared brain. The whole point isn't bundling and interconnecting. It's that when everything lives together, intelligence finally works. This is Sentia Plus. It's available today. We didn't even touch on so many more pieces: live call insights, inbuilt team chat, email marketing, finance, expenses, mapping, routing. It goes on and on. Book a call with us to discuss how it will change your business and can abolish software for you forever, either now or whenever your business is ready to do that. The link's in the chat. I know Dave's been popping it in there. Start your own day in Sentia Plus tomorrow morning if you wanted to. And you can always head to Sentia Plus, just that, Sentia.plus, to test drive the system. Let me quickly pull Dave back